Hello everyone, in this video I am going to talk about a principle of pawn races called pawn breakthroughs. I've already discussed it a little bit in this video, or maybe it's this video, I don't know. But I have to elaborate it a bit further, so let's start. So like I said in that video, a breakthrough is basically in pawn endgames when you have to like when you're promoting a pawn and you have a pawn majority or like an equal pawn kind of thing. If you have equal pawns on one side, then you can push one of them. Let me just tell you that position once. Just a minute. I'll show you the position I showed in that earlier video. So in that video I showed this position. Doesn't matter where the kings are unless it's over here. So white to move, and white plays b5 because this pawn, the a pawn, is closer to promotion than the b pawn, so we want to get that, but this black pawn is in the way, so we move this black pawn with b5. If it a takes b5, we can a6 and it just promotes. Like, don't get like scared if this happens, just you can just give a check and take this. So yeah. But okay, let's go back to the start. So this is one of the most basic positions of breakthroughs, and it is white to move here. I'll give you a few minutes, a few seconds. You can try and solve it. If you can't solve it, then just pause and do it. Um, okay, so I'll tell the answer now. So white to move, this is winning. We play b6. Now you have to look at all of the possible moves. If c6, b takes a7, this pawn promotes, good. If a6, b takes c7, this pawn promotes again, good. Then if you take the pawn, a takes b6, then there is c6, which we are sacrificing another pawn. Usually this pawn sacrifice in breakthroughs does not have, like, it's not mandatory, but okay. Now c6. If you take this pawn, we go there. And if you take this pawn, we go a6, this pawn promotes. Same thing on the other side. If c takes b6, then we play a6. If you take here, we go there. And if you take here, we go c6 and this pawn promotes. This is if white to move, but if it's black to move, then how would you do it? So let me just make it black to move. Now think about what you would play if it was black to move here. I'll just flip the board so you can see it better. So with black to move, we have to prevent b6, and the only way to prevent b6 is by playing b6 ourselves. Because if you play like say c6, then comes a6. If you take this, there is this. If you go there, there is this. And if you take this, there is b6. So yeah, we have to play b6. And now if you take with the same pawn. If you take with the other pawn, if you take with the other pawn, then c6. That happens. And if they don't take, if they do this, well, you're winning. And they're trying to trick you, b6, so just take with this pawn, not letting this pawn promote. And that. Now let's add another twist. It's black to move, but this time white has another pawn. That pawn is on c4. Now with black to move, it is a loss because you play b6. Um, it was written. You play b6, and then there is c takes b6, c takes b6, and c5 again. Like the first position that I showed you, this happens, and it's basically the same thing. Just remove this file, move this file, and it's the same thing. So that, um, but if in this position, I know I'm going to very great lengths, but okay. If in this position it is black to move, and this white pawn is over here on a4, then black can draw by playing c6. I have to look at this book because it's a bit hard to remember, but yeah, c6, and if a5, we can play a6. If you take this, we take this, all of this is blocked. If you take here, we take here, all of this is blocked. You go b6, it's all blocked anyway. And over here, if you take, Again, it's all blocked, and that's kind of all you can do. So b6, wait, what if b6? If b6, then we play a6 again, it's all blocked. So this is like one of the most basic positions. So let's go on to some real game examples that like, might come. So this might come out of a Ruy Lopez exchange variation. So if it's black to move here, black can create a passed pawn with c4, c4, king g3, let's just say, and then c5. Because there's no sacrifice, but like the effect is still there, like I said. Just a minute. Yeah, so our idea here with black is just, let's say this happens, b5, a4, and b3. So that was there. But it is white to move in this position. So let's give this back. It's white to move. And with white, you play c4. If this takes, then even though there are 4 pawns versus 2, it's all blocked. So and we have an extra pawn here which is not blocked. So it's a winning position. And if you go b4, then there's no breakthrough. So again, we're just winning here. So the next position is this. Just a minute. Sorry about this. Yeah. This is black to move, right? Yeah, black to move. And so this position for black looks a bit difficult because as you can see, this white king is a monster. It can just eat everything. Like take your a4 pawn, then your c4 pawn, and this pawn is just a really good pawn. But there's a chance of a breakthrough on the king side here with black. So you play h5. h5, king goes to a3 to take this. Then you play if g4, sorry, if g4, then play g5. It's a breakthrough. If you take takes, and you take h4. So yeah, if king a3, then anyways g5. If king takes f4, f5. This, just look at this position. Oh, these 4 pawns are just okay. But yeah, king b5, and over here, king b5. Wait, sorry, king b5, then f4. If g takes f4, then g takes h4, and that's a win. And if here you play something other than king b5, like h takes g4, h takes g5, sorry, then there's f4. If g4, then h4, yeah. And if e takes f5, then there's g4 anyways again. Wait, first we played h4, sorry. Yeah, g4, if you take e4. So that was this position. Now I have one more position. How long is this video? Okay, I can show you one more. So this position, so it was played between two players, Havasi and Peko, in Budapest in 1976. I don't know either of those players, but okay. And it was black to move here. Black resigned, but there can be a breakthrough on the queen side here because look at this. So black resigned, but black could play c4. If c4, b takes c4, then a4, right? Yeah, a4. If c5, c5, then a3, b takes c6, a2, and it is pawn race. Both people promote, and okay, yeah. So what it's saying here is that black can try and exchange the queens. Yeah, queen f1, king h2, or king g3, whatever. It's queen h4, king h3, queen f3, king h2, queen f2. What? Queen h3. Okay, yes. So this, and then we can trade, and then this is a winning pawn endgame. Pawn endgame, and ing. Because this pawn will fall, then this is a winning position. But over here, if you play anything other than b takes c4, so suppose like if d takes c4, then there's a4, b takes a4, b3, and if c takes b4, then d3. Yeah. And on the second move, if you play king g3, on the third move, if you play, yeah, if you play king g3, wait, here, if you play king g3, then there is a4. Look at these pawns. A4, a4, b takes a4, and then c3. No, b3. Yeah, again b3. If you take, let's c3 this time, and that's a breakthrough. Um, thanks for watching. If you want to know where I got all of these positions, and like I'm looking at a book while telling you this, so it's a book called Dvoretsky's Endgame Manual, and it's a very good book. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.